Good morning, I'm Ben Newman. This is For Example Trading. It is Thursday the 9th of January 2020. It's been an interesting week so far with regards to US-Iran conflicts. The Australian bushfires are having an effect on the Aussie and Kiwi currencies as well. Precious metals going up, I think, as a result of the conflicts there as well. And then Trump's speech yesterday, which I found very interesting. Not interested in a good way. I just found it a bit nondescript, but I'll go into that in a bit more detail. I'm going to keep things brief today. I'm going to look at the charts, and if you noticed yesterday, I did a video which shows a very simple way to establish your ideal entry point, stop loss area, and take profit areas. Okay. So I'm going to go back to those. I've left them exactly where they are so you can see what's going on. Now, if you're not subscribed to us, please do subscribe to the YouTube channel, and then you can follow us on all the social media outlets. If you do want to join our Telegram trading arena, that's going to incorporate a signals channel as well. And there's lots of collaborative traders in there that are just willing to share ideas, and we're just working together to make sure that we are capitalizing on all the opportunities available in the market at the right time. So you can subscribe over there. There's a button in the corner, a little red button, and then you can subscribe to all the follow us on all the social media. Trading arena link is there as well. I can get my words out. Facebook, Twitter, and so on. Okay. This is our YouTube channel, so if you click on this, it's got all our latest videos here as well. Right, on with the day. So at the moment, I'm just going to show you my MT4, which I've got over here. At the moment, I have a silver buy trades. There you can see I've got my stop loss just below this support line, and I'm expecting this to rise after. I'm going to show you on the trading view chart, so it'll be a bit clearer in a minute. This is on a 15-minute chart. But yeah, you can see that it was dropping all day yesterday. That might be down to the fact that Trump made that speech. I don't know, but the point is that I think it's bottomed out now. I think it's going to be going up. So I've got a silver buy trade on, and also I've got, if we just open our market watch window, not GBP, Euro USD trade as well. There we go, and you can see my stop loss down there. I've had this running since yesterday, and I did have a GBP USD buy in place as well, which has just hit its stop loss. So I might go back into that. I'm going to assess it in a minute. But this Euro USD looks very much like going up. So I'm going to show you on the trading view charts. That's as it stands at the moment. So that's a silver buy and a Euro US dollar buy as well, which I think are both pretty good shouts. Silver can be, or metals in general, can be a bit more volatile, so just make sure you're keeping a closer eye on them. The Euro USD I'm quite comfortable sort of leaving to run now. So okay, let me go back to the. By the way, if anyone wants to know, how to do my setup with the MACD, these volume indicating candles and so on, my strength indicator here, I will happily help you set this up once you join us. All right, I've got all the tools available for you, just so you know. So if it all looks confusing, you're just starting out in trading, I will talk you through it all once you join us. Okay, and you can do that right here in the trading arena. Right, so I'm going to start with the economic calendar. So today we've got some key events coming up around New York opening, as you can see here. A couple of the federal member speeches going on. They often affect currency. The important one, which is in 30 minutes, is this Bank of England Carney speech. Now, that could be why my GBP USD has just hit its stop loss. So I'm going to have a look at that in a minute. First, we're going to go through news, and then we'll have a look at the things that I think are in focus, certainly for me today. Top 5 things yesterday this was, and I always have a look at this just to see whether we were. So markets shrug off US-Iran tensions. They certainly did. Trump's speech, bit nondescript. It certainly wasn't aggressive, although he did state that since he came into power, he spent $2.5 trillion on armed forces, as well as having hypersonic missiles, which I thought was interesting. So, but he's saying that he claims that Iran are standing down. We'll wait and see about that. I think probably there's going to be more retaliation, but we'll wait and see. Again, just keep that in mind when you're placing trades. My advice is turn on tweets from Donald Trump, because he puts everything on Twitter. So you'll hear it from him first, and that often affects the market. So do keep an eye out for them if you've got trades in place, particularly the precious metals or anything with the US dollar. Okay, but it will affect all the markets really when he comes on. US futures regain ground, and Boeing crash weighs on Dow. They're still asking questions about this Ukrainian passenger plane that crashed. The Iranians are refusing to give up the black boxes now, which could be interesting. So something else to keep in mind. Just keep an eye on that. Safe haven demand wanes. So that's just stating that silver and gold did take a big drop yesterday. Well, I say a big drop. They've been gaining so dramatically recently. There wasn't really a big drop, but what it does is gives us a position to go back in to the precious metals, because I do think ultimately they're going to carry on going up. Oil pairs oil pairs gains, and so that means that Brent crude was going up dramatically as well, and that sort of dropped away now as well. So that's really it. I'll put all these links in the description below, by the way, so that you've got it all to look at. Investing.com again, and this is just the market overview. So again, some interesting stories here. Well worth keeping an eye on this as we go through the day. These sort of, you can turn on notifications for this, I would, and it will give you notifications when anything comes up. All right, so it's a good source of news, that. And then I will also put CNBC, which has just got an overview of the top news today. All right, I'm not going to go into too much detail. It's the same thing really that we've got to keep an eye out for, that's going to affect the markets. So on to the charts. Now the Dixie here, this is on a 4-hour, and if you remember my video from the other day, I drew in this trend line, which I said if it breaks beyond this, it might well carry on going up, and it has done a fair bit, but I expect it to be dropping back down today. Currency strengths as it stands, I'll tell you in order from strongest to weakest: Euro, US dollar, Swiss franc, Canadian yen, Aussie dollar, pound and Kiwi dollar. Now the pound being that weak, I think, is undoubtedly because of this Carney speech coming up, so it might be worth going back into that once that speech, well, we'll see how the markets react when that speech takes place. That's in 25 minutes, by the way. So in my eyes, this is now going to be dropping back down. You can see this 4-hour candle with the wick extending out to the top end, and I expect it to drop back down to this trend line. So keep an eye on that as well. Of course, you've got to use the Dixie to gauge your trades. Anything that's paired with the US dollar, but the Dixie really controls the market. Remember that the euro takes up more than half of the Dixie as well. So as I've said many times, the euro US dollar is almost a mirror image. If we look at both of these on a 1 hour, you'll see what I mean. This is on a 1 hour, and so is this. So you can see, if you turn it upside down, almost a mirror image. But this is now on the rise, this euro US dollar, and it could go up quite a way. So I'm quite happy to just leave that to run as a buy trade now. Still time to get in on that. You can see it hasn't broken above this block here. Silver, there you see it's just, if I show you on a 4-hour chart, it's just dropped below this level on my fib, and looks like it's bottomed out there. That's on a 4-hour chart. Again, this big wick on the bottom of this 4-hour candle, which turns in 10 o'clock, so in just under an hour, suggests this is bullish. Yeah, it's going up. So it should move back into this area here. So I'm quite happy to. And there you can see my. It actually turned out, if you had sold that up there, of course it would have been a fantastic trade, but it's just knowing where that topped out. So I've left those in there so you can see them. And again, with gold, this looks like it's bottomed out around here, and that's on its way back up. Now, the ones that I wanted to point out that I drew these blocks in yesterday, I've purposely left them there. So if you watched my video from yesterday, it was like a Forex Focus extra on how to identify entry points, stop loss, take profit levels. And I showed you these blocks that I'd drawn in. Now, this is really just to demonstrate how relevant these are now, because if all I've done is left us in to see, to show you where it's extended to, and it's still in this area here. It's still in this area where we want to enter our trade. I'm happy to leave this for a bit and just watch what happens. If the Aussie and Kiwi dollars, this is in exactly the same situation. There we go. It's just in the stop loss area here, but this still represents a pretty good trade. I mean, just hold on to it. But the important thing about putting in these blocks here, these coloured blocks, is you can monitor it really easy. It's very easy to see, and then you can pick the absolute ideal entry point. For me, it's around here somewhere. So if this drops down and doesn't carry on going down and goes back up from here, then I'd look to enter around there. Okay, when it gets back up to this blue block. GBP USD. Again, you know, I still anticipate this going up, but after Carney's speech, you can see the trend line I had during there. And just to demonstrate here, if I extend this out, you'll see it is still right in that area. Yeah. So again, same principle. I'd look to enter this when it gets back up here, possibly even beyond this trend line, but this might drop away with this speech ahead, so it might drop away a bit. I still expect it to go back up, so I'll be looking to buy the GBP USD. So there we go. That's my summary for today. Going to keep it brief, really. Do join us in the trading arena. You can jump in there. There is quite a lot of activity going on now. We're sharing ideas, so even if you're a beginner trader, you're just starting out, you're going to be able to pick up some valuable trades without doing too much. At the very least, you'll be able to see the sort of thing that you can expect from us once you're in the trading arena and from the signals and so on. So do jump in and have a look. Do subscribe to the channel if you're not already. And have a great day. Stay safe out there, and I look forward to seeing you again tomorrow. Oh, by the way, I will attach the video that I did yesterday about the entry points, stop loss, take profit levels. I'll attach it at the end of this video. You should be able to see it up there somewhere in the corner now. So do click on that, and then you can see how they look in comparison to one another. All right, have a great day. See you again tomorrow.